All right, welcome back to Surviving the Moon, or Can We Survive the Moon? Looks like we are starting today in the afternoonish time. Nope. Closing to the evening where the sun's going to go down. But let's get started. All right, so last we left off, we were transporting ice. Is that a good idea? It can be. But I'm thinking today we might actually transfer and update the rover into a hydrogen tank or hydrogen trailer like vehicle or thing, so we can transport hydrogen instead, because that would be probably lighter than transporting ice, I would think. And obviously that's going to entail going back to the ice station over there and update that with some O2 generators or something like that, so that it can produce hydrogen. O2H2 generators, I should say, so it can produce hydrogen. But we do also want to finish up the solar panels with the solar cells and everything like that, if we have it. Looks like we do. And that way we'll collect more power from the sun a little bit easier. All right, got them mostly up to the functional point good enough for now. And then we have static solar panels to collect the sun, especially when it's like right over there. So right now it's not collecting 100%, obviously, like as you see, but it's doing okay. It's more than enough to collect power. Like these will continue to collect 100% because it follows the sun. These will just leave as extra to collect as much as possible. And yeah, it's not too bad. It's good enough for the time being. Looks like we're about to run out of hydrogen on here in our bottles. Looks like we have some hydrogen here. So we can probably fill our bottle this way. Yep. Oxygen. We have an oxygen tank, but that's not currently on. We can always find an O2H2, right? O2H2, nope. None of that's happening. Okay, so that's fine to open our oxygen tank then. And that should gather from the sun, I believe. Hopefully. Oop, I was just there. Oxygen tank. You fill this bottle up. Yep, we are good. Perfect. Okay, 100% bottles for both. But the oxygen tank really should be getting stuff from the solar, the farms, right? It's hard to say. I don't see any movement here. Oh, saw a small little ticker of it right there. I think he moved. How long did it take just to get a liter? Yeah, it is moving. The oxygen farms. Oh wow, 1.79 per minute. Yikes. We need a whole bunch more. We want to collect oxygen faster, but obviously ice would be a good starting point for collecting oxygen too. Right now we'll leave it at that, so it should be fine. In terms of power, where's our power situation? Pretty bad still. Okay. Yeah, 238, 239, equally bad. If we turn one to recharge, should probably put a button to make one go recharge automatically. We can store all the power we can from the sun, whatever's left of the sun for now. And also we still have hydrogen too, so it's not too bad. But what I wanted to work on is the rover. So we have a front connector, which is fine. But the problem with this is that it needs more wheels up front. So we can add more to this if necessary. I think we do that and potentially this. And I think we can still add another wheel right here. And that should work out decently. So this is the right hand side, so we need this one. And it'll be a 3x3 short wheelbase. And I always forget which one's top. We can always double check that. Okay, that little thing over there is bottom. Perfect. So the way we have this currently set up, we could bring it all the way up like that. All right, so we do the same thing here. Basically, we'll take this block here and block. Get our left-hand side wheels, short base. Boom. All right. We'll put that in the build planner. Build planner, and hopefully we can just grab everything from there. Oh, we have way too many of these things there. Okay, so that doesn't work out. There we go. Wheel. And we could do the 2 wheels here up front to have steering for a little bit better. What's it gonna call it as well? Turning radius. So that could be something we do. Why don't we have mats for this? Done. Okay, perfect. So this could be 2 turning radius. They're really close together, which is not the most ideal thing in the world, but it should be okay. I just realized we just sucked out, or we're going to suck out the life out of this of the rover by going recharge here. So maybe won't do recharge it like that. Yeah, that was pretty bad. So now if you want to turn this thing into a cargo or hydrogen tank hauler in a way, we're not gonna make it like too big. There's no point. We'll make it with decent sized tanks. So a large one with outfitted like this, but that is kind of gonna scratch the bottom of it. So we might have to lift this up a bit somehow. Do we just want to, can we just plop it on top? No, it's gonna be too top heavy. I kind of don't want it to be leveled to the ground here though. Or to the bottom of the rover. Because if we put it here to connect everything, where the connector is, potentially we scratch the tank. The other idea is to use these smaller hydrogen tanks, I guess, but I mean, what we're gonna do, line up a whole bunch of these? That'd be a bit ridiculous too. I mean, let's see something. How much does these hold is a question, right? So can we see it even if it's not built? It should be able to. Yeah, it holds 150, no, 15,000 liters. That's not much. So if you did a large one, let's just see what that looks like. So the large, where's the large hydrogen tank? Oh, it's not called large hydrogen tanks. It's the hydrogen tank. So this holds 500 liters. So what's the math on this? Yeah, one small grid hydrogen tank with the large one versus this one here is actually 33.333. So you need 33 to get equivalent to this. Which is insane. But then again, how many blocks is this thing really worth, right? They have one. This is, in terms of small grid, you have one here. How many blocks is this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up and 5 across, I think, right? Because it's kind of cube-like. 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And then across here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's an area of 25. And this is an area of 4. 2 by 2, basically. Alright, so to make it an equivalent size to that, it's nowhere near 33. So you have 5 here, 5 there, that's 10. Another 5 layer, another 10, so that's 20. And this is only 4, 24. So the same size, you only get 24 of these small hydrogen tanks. So if you do the math, that's basically 24 times the 15,000 liters, which is 360,000. So you're slightly off. But the only good thing about it is that you can put them in various spots. So it doesn't have to be grouped up like this at all, obviously. So that's the only positive of that. But in terms of room, yeah, that's It's not equivalent whatsoever. So we gotta figure something out here. An idea is we bring the wheels lower by 1. That makes some sense. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this control panel because we don't need it. Kind of just in the way, really. Yeah, I think we bring the wheel down by 1. So we scratch all these wheels. Or scrap. Okay, not sure how I did that, but sure. That was really weird how I grinded down the connector a bit. It's fine. We can now control this piston at least. So this was the which piston is this one? Is it this one? Probably is. Max distance is probably like 1 or less, so we'll just do that. Yeah, that's good enough. And no, it's not. Okay, we need it to be falling in a hole. That's not good. All right, so it probably is about 1. So piston max is about 1. Yep, there you go. All right, this should be connected to that, and we'll reverse this piston. At least we can do that. Luckily, we had this set up like that. Now, the wheel's probably not going to really build out because it's all twisty turn that way. But we'll figure it out. Anyways, we'll just knock these wheels off like this for now. And do it on this end so I don't grind down that connector again by mistake somehow. Alright, wheels are done. What did I knock off here? Did I really knock something off there? I did. Just a regular block, it looks like. No, it can't be. What did I just do? Huh? I knocked this piece off. Okay, that makes a little more sense. That right there. Which should be colored like that. So we know we need wheels to be lower by 1, but we could figure that out a little bit later. Because now at least we could put the wheels here up front. So let's do that. So this is the left side. We'll put the wheel. We need to go down 1. So we could do... We could even do it this way. Where you do a light armor slope this and like that. Which is probably... I mean, it's a decent idea to do it that way. I guess. And we could add this piece instead. It's not the most sturdy thing, but it makes no sense. I mean, it makes no difference. They're all one steel plate anyways. So it does make it a little bit on the thicker side. Or not thicker side, wider side of things when putting the wheels. So here's our first left. Right here. And actually I'm gonna name these now as they're incomplete so I know what's what. So I'll name this one like front left or FL in this case. Maybe use a dash. I haven't used that before. And we'll leave the rest alone for now. And basically all the rest is gonna be lowered by 1 like that. Should it be lowered by 1 like that? It looks a little awful actually. Let's scrap that. Instead of doing that, it's easier to just do this, to be honest. Yes, we'll do that for the first wheel. That should be a little bit better. Although I feel like it can even get tucked in by 1 more, if anything. But I mean, it should be okay, right? I think it just looks weird because it's sticking out a little bit more than it was before. For some reason. But, I mean, not terrible. Should be okay. Yeah, I don't know. Not much we can do about it for now. So we just throw this one here. Yeah, a wheel on the right hand side. Do the same thing. Except I don't think I'm gonna be able to build a wheel here because it's touching the ground. Yep, it is. But we could probably fix that without a little trick with the height offset later down the line. It looks, yeah, it looks like it should be and could be inner by 1, but you can't really build anything up here, can you? Oh, you could. But it won't work back here for sure. Let's leave it for now. This connector is gonna go. And we can get this to go as well. We don't need this extra bit. We'll get rid of this. This. And we need to get rid of this here. Now the hydrogen, the hydrogen tank can just easily fit where we thought we were going to put it initially. Oop. Guess not. We need to get rid of these also, which kind of part of the wheel spot, but we can find a new placement for it. Okay, let's do that again. So, boom, goes that. Don't think I can withdraw. Nope, I can't withdraw from the front like that. Don't tell me we don't have any more small steel tubes. Yeah, we do. Here's your hydro tank. And I think 1 will do for now, I would hope. And with this done, we can add a little bit of design to it, such as a regular old block or half block. We could do something like this, necessary. I think of not blocking that port, but may make sense to block it eventually. And if we really wanted to, we could add these or these right over here for design purposes. I think this looks okay. I mean, we can even surround it like that. Yeah, that could work. Simple as that. Boom, boom, boom. Fold it up. So obviously we could do more back here. So we could do... I guess we could just stick with this for now. Like this. Actually, no. We can even do something like that, right? Not really. Alright, we really need a medical room or bay really soon because that survival kit takes forever to recharge. Anyway, back to this. I think we just do this. Yes. For now. So then we can at least kind of get some extra protection here if necessary. Because protection is important, if you know what I mean. All right, that's looking good. I mean, if we want to add some more to it, I was thinking we can even do that, which is a little over the top, but just a possibility. Just see random bits on here. Like that. And we could do a little bit more over here if we wanted to as well. So like we could do that or something else. But actually we could have just put a cap here. That would have looked nice too. I rarely use those caps. So what if I did use those caps? I think it was called caps at least, right? Was it caps? Yeah, conveyor caps. Conveyor pipe caps. So we use a conveyor cap. The medium one. I think it's the medium one that we need, right? Because it's going to be like fairly large. Yeah, there you go. So a nice little cap like this would be nice for a design purpose. There you go. You can't open it. You can't do anything with it, which is fine. Even with this, it still looks decent. Not the best, but should be all right. Is that the only cat we can use, though? I guess. Is there one that opens up? This is a small one anyway, so you can't use that one. Yeah, we can't use that one regardless. So, yeah, that's out of picture. Never mind. We should be fine here. Doesn't really cover all the port, though. It's also interesting. I can still touch the port. Which works fine. Alright, that looks fine. Looks a little odd on the Rover itself, but we can add a little bit more design to it, so it should work out. So up top we do this one. And this right over here, and then we do half block, same kind of design as the rest here. And put this like that. Then that matches the side a little bit. And from there, it's a little bit of a hump, but we will do this, all the way to the front. It's a cap for the going in or hatch. So I'm not going to cover that up. So we just do this. And that should be okay, I think. Yeah, that would kind of work. Kind of, not really. It's better than nothing. So yeah, we just leave it as that. On the bottom, we don't necessarily need to put anything, because if it scratches or hits something, if it wrecks that, it's gonna wreck that anyway, maybe. So we can leave it alone. We can put panels, whatever you want here. It doesn't really matter. The only other piece is that we need to put a wheel down here. So how are we gonna get a wheel down there? Because the wheels are aligned right over here. I guess we could kind of like build more blocks this way. It's kind of weird, but it might have to be that way. I could leave that hole here just in case, or we kind of put something down the middle to kind of hold it up just in case. I think we do. Can we just do this? Yeah, that should work. And we'll throw like half block right there. And that'll give it a slight little bit of a cushion there. Nothing too crazy. Which, I mean, I'm okay with. So yeah, that should be fine. Let's try it. Let's see what it's going to look like. We need to stretch it out up to here. Okay, let's weld it up, put the wheels on, and should be good to go. Okay, it's actually looking more and more like a ship more than anything else, which is fine too. But more or less we should add the wheels anyway. So we need to add more wheels. So definitely back here where it's probably the heaviest. Again, I think, I'm not even sure, but I think holding hydrogen's lighter than holding ice. Right? I would hope so at this point. Alright, so wheel here. I know we could do a wheel here, but it seems too close. So I'm going to spread out a little bit more than usual. And looks like we may need another one right around here. So we have 3 spacing, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then it should be right in the middle where the battery is. Alright, that could work fine. I just got to crawl underneath here a little bit. Looks like we need to fix that as well. I guess we just go with the rest of the look here, like so. And this is where it's gonna get tricky. I hope we can actually build. Yep, good. Now, would a wheel pop up for this? Don't know yet for sure. We would have to find out by going back here to do that. Where is that? That was one here. Right there. Alright, I'm just gonna do the same thing backwards so the numbers kind of match up. So we have one here. We have one here, and we're gonna have one here. All right, perfect. The wheel does actually spawn. Well, not spawn, but attach, or is available, I should say. That's a good thing. So we need to do wheel suspension, wheel suspension, wheel suspension, wheel, wheel, wheel. And let's just grab everything, weld it up. See what that's gonna look like. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but we're gonna have to find out. So if we do all these wheels and do height offset the opposite, can we add wheels? Yes. Perfect. Was not expecting that to have enough space for wheels, but looks like barely. So I guess that kind of works out. All right, so the wheels more or less is protection. In case we run out of hydrogen, then we can just haul ourselves. But I think we can add some hydrogen on here as well. Hydrogen thrusters. So that could work. So we could fly a little bit. So actually, there is spacing, and I should change this here into something else. But actually, no, we'll do it here. So the top doesn't need this per se. We'll leave that for no, we can't leave that. What we'll do here, we'll use just this block instead, just to kind of go with that, if anything. So here we can have a nice small little what's it call it? Small conveyor. It's conveyor junctions basically. And that is where we can add a measly hydrogen thruster. So we can use the older version one, which I like better, like this here. So we have one forward, one backwards, and like I said before, I don't think we need much left and right. Do we need downwards? Potentially, not really. I feel like we could put one right here for downwards. It would be nice. So I'm gonna do that instead. So right here we have a downwards. And I hope this is gonna be enough hydrogen to work this. So we could fly it decently. I mean, it might not be enough, but we're not flying far. That's the big thing. We're flying just like a K away, so we could transport hydrogen while we use up some hydrogen. A little, I guess, ass backwards in a way, but I mean, you need fuel to transport fuel, right? Makes sense. All right, there we go. And we have, what's it called on there too. So a downward thruster on the bottom. Maybe we should add one more. I don't know. I mean, more or less we have one right there sitting flushed. So not sure how that's going to work if it's too heavy. But it should be enough for momentum. Not going to be too much, but should be more than enough. Let's put the height offset to 0 for now as we disconnect. Should we disconnect? No. Let's just steal some hydrogen really quick. I just need a little bit on here. I think 21's good enough. All right, let's unlock off this. Ooh. The thruster's already active, so that's great. Okay, should we use page 2 to work the thrusters? No, we don't need page 2. All right, so the thrusters, we gotta do what we always do. So we set the forward, up, down, left, right as your gas. Let's just change this to Rover gas. And then this one's gonna be the brakes. So we don't need a grouping for that, obviously. And that should work fine. So on the page grouping, we'll put our gas here. Toggle on, off. And of course we get, oof. Don't know which one's the backwards one. Can we just type in backwards and get it? Nope. So the backwards one is this one here. Well, obviously we could just go here. Backwards is this one, so we're just gonna have to write backwards on there ourselves. And then we can pick up the backwards thruster right here. And this brakes basically is what I usually group. If I had multiple ones, I would just group that name to brakes. All right, so then we just put this back here to toggle on off for the ore detector since we had it on there, and I think we should be set. So like now, if we want to take off the hydrogen, we can take off the hydrogen. But the problem here is our upwards hydrogen thruster is on. I have that off first. So this is what that's gonna look like. Not too bad. Here we're gonna set our wheels back up. High offset. We're gonna say 13 strength, power. Let's leave at 50. What else is there? Speed limit. I think we have it at 100 for now. I think we get away with 120. Everything else we can stay the same, except that we probably want number 5 here and 6 here to be the only one that has steering. So that means these will not have steering. And I think that should be right. Yep. Front wheel steering power. It's not front wheel drive, obviously, because it is got 8 wheels, 4 on each side, and they each work independently. So 8-wheel drive? In this case, octo drive? Whatever you want to call it. All right, this thing is looking fairly disgusting, to be honest. With the back thing like that. The front, yeah, it just looks too bulky, and then it gets kind of not necessarily bulky or skinny or thin on that side. I mean, it looks okay. I think more or less we just need to add color, then we'll be fine. But this whole Rover has been a mix of colors. If we're ready to transport 500 liters of hydrogen each way round, I guess we're good to go here. So it looks like a small hydrogen tank holds about 1 million liters. So 2 runs will fill up a small hydrogen tank, which isn't too bad. But I'm pretty sure a large hydrogen tank, or I guess we call it a regular hydrogen tank in this case, would probably be a good chunk more. What was the magic number on this thing? I forget. Let's just, if we can plop one on, I'm just going to plop it on so we can see what that looks like. So hydrogen tank, that's going to be 15 mil. 15 mil versus the 1 mil. So you need 15 of these smaller ones just to get one of these bigger ones. That is crazy. 1, 2... Yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3... We got 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, it's not much that you can do. 4 times 3, I guess. 12. So you're missing 3 more to get the similar aspect of it. Which we don't need that for now, for sure. Okay. All right, let's just get ready to transport some of the hydrogen. So we do need to up that over there as well. So let's grab an O2H2 system. Let's just put it how we do this. Yeah, right there. We're gonna do if we can make all these. Was it 8 of them? If we can carry all these parts, that'd be great. But I don't think we can. We will then store it on here in the medium cargo container that is here. Can we grab more of it? I think we grabbed a little too much, but we'll store it in there for now so we can transport things there. I feel like we need to add something here to make more sense out of it. We have steel plates. I just need a few steel plates to do this. We could do something like this, maybe. That could work. Or what we should really do is... Oop. What happened to our grinder here. Put that back here. All right, so yeah, get rid of this. Actually, get rid of this. And we will just do a half block here. Like so. And that would look like it's holding a little bit better, not just floating. Yeah, that looks tiny bit better. Not significantly, so, but it'll work. It'll work for now. I don't see a problem with this whatsoever. All right, should we color this thing? Probably. What we're gonna color it, I don't know. I mean, obviously, down here should be this darker color. It looks like right around here is the same thing, and then it stops. Right? So we have all that colored right here like this. Oh, we didn't even have this colored that, but we'll do it the same thing. So now this strip here looks to be that gray. One of these gray, the darker gray looks like. So we just color this whole thing that darker gray and stretch it out through here. Why not? This battery can be gray with the other one. Okay. And then we just add the blues, I guess. This is looking good. The new color scheme looks alright. I mean, some yellow could do great too. One other thing that we can do, and I normally do this too, is actually use the frozen armor and color the hydrogen tank frozen colored for whatever reason. Just to make it look like hydrogen's code, although I'm not even sure it's hydrogen necessarily code, but I'm gonna just do it that way anyways. For now, and of course it doesn't even have hydrogen in there right this moment anyways, but we'll just do it for fun. We'll call it that as well, and we should be good. I thought these were bullet holes for a second, but no, those are just like bolts and stuff like that. Yeah, perfect. I think this will run decently fine. Although for forward and backward thrusting, I think there's plenty of spaces where I could have done that a little bit differently. I'm not gonna worry about that now. Okay, by the time I'm done here, the sun's gonna come up. So whatever this is looking like, I mean, it's okay. I think the wheels make it a little funky, but it's gonna have to work. I mean, it is gonna work, no problem. Our wheels are a problem though. For some reason, I think all the height offset has been reset. Yeah, it has been. But there's so much wheels in the bumps, so it makes it a little bit more difficult where all the wheels don't touch. Unless it's a very, very flat ground. So our wheel... Yeah, our wheels are a little bit kind of funky. With all these little bumps. Like that. That's floating now. Just really weird, but we have a gyroscope, so we should be okay. Yeah, we should be fine. Don't like the way this maneuvers left and right. As you see here, it's a very, very big turning radius. But of course, if we expanded more wheels to turn, it'll be a lot quicker. But we keep flying up also, so that's also another problem. All right, so we could turn on the thrusters that we fly forward, and this is flying pretty well, and it doesn't seem to be burning too much hydrogen. So then we now have a somewhat of a hybrid ship where we can traverse the terrain a lot better here. So what we're doing now is just kind of gliding using more or less our upward thrust to hold us up. And it's holding up pretty well, and we haven't really lost too much hydrogen. There we go. We just lost 1%, which is fine. Now we just gotta stop and slow down, which is gonna waste a little bit more. Is fine. And then we can obviously turn everything off and just land. Oh, we want to just crash land. So there. Okay, we wasted 1% of hydrogen roughly just to get here, and we're not like empty as well, right? Because we added a whole bunch of stuff in here so we can make an O2 H2 generator. So yeah, I think we're fine. All right, let's turn the base on. And we said we're gonna make a ton of O2 H2 generators, but of course I don't have too many ports now for whatever reason. So let's move. Oof. This has stuff in here too. Fuel is completely filled. Yeah, everything's completely filled. I want to put the O2H2 generator here so I can move it over this way. I realized I forgot something also. Some materials for a tank. We can store the hydrogen as it makes it here. So that's no fun. What I can do now is actually just grab this ice, put it in here so we could the O2H2 can work itself out to put in there. So that could work. Grab more of these ice, see if I can just load it all in there. Might as well. Looking good. I'm pretty much overloading this thing, I think. Yeah, I think we're okay here. All right, so the connector, let's just move it out into... Oop, we can't because the drill is still spitting out all the stone. Cut this down. We'll add a few O2 H2 gens here. Looks like that's not it. So we're just gonna add this here. There we go. We need the big one. So we have a port here. We can stretch it down throughout here. We want it to. Oh no, we have a button there, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, we could add it here and one here. Shouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna add one up here as well, so we can just do this. For we try to get mats for 5. We might have more mats to do this anyways, because we can always make it right here. So we'll just do this. Yeah, we'll do 6 for now. I think that would be a good number. Yep, that should do. For some reason, I got worried that this solar panel wasn't working. But this soaked up the sun previously. So we have 1 megawatt, it looks like. Alright, we should be able to do all this and weld it up. But we can also throw back the connector here. Okay, so the connector's finished right here. Well, now it's finished. And then we need parts for the O2H2 generator, which is actually not too expensive. I mean, steel plates, granted 110. 120 total if you want to go past functional. Wasn't too bad. We got to grab the rest of the mats through our rover. I'm surprised it doesn't take too much to make all these. But we didn't consider making a tank on this side as well, so we're gonna add a few tanks there. I think that's it for the mats, right? I mean, grab everything out of there, let the ice work its magic. Yeah, we need steel plates. So do we have steel plates in here? We do not. So let's just produce a few steel plates. I think we need about 500 of them. Maybe less. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. We don't have steel plates. Interesting. We're also missing large steel tubes. I think that we actually do have, right? No. We didn't carry enough with us. Why? Alright, we just needed like a few. So let's just say 10. And then a tank. Oof. Making a hydrogen tank would be a little bit rough. Um, and I think I'm just gonna stick with a small tank. A large one, fairly expensive but doable. But we can add several of these as well. But a large one, ugh, we don't have the space for it, to be honest. So let's just stick with a few small tanks. We can just put it up this way. Or put some up here. Or I move that. I gotta move that button potentially so I could just throw it all like this instead. That would be nice. The hydrogen tank there, hydrogen tank there, and then here, here, here. And let's just get rid of the button for now. As much as I kind of don't want to. And there. So we got 6 hydrogen tanks, so 6 times 15. Was it 15? No, it was 1 mil. 1 mil, yeah. So 6 milliliters. So that's times that by 2 in terms of getting that filled up. Which is again not the most ideal thing to do because hydrogen is also a bit scary when it comes to it. If we crash, it's gonna blow up a bit, depending how much we have in there. But I mean, what else are you gonna do? I do really feel that it's lighter to carry than to carry ice. I would hope. Never did the science behind that, but that's just my guess that hydrogen gas in this case is a lot lighter than holding blocks and blocks of ice. I mean, we could tell right now, right? Because we just put in a whole bunch of ice in here, which is not much, about 3K worth of ice. Right? And we're right here. Let's see, where are we at? 27,000 kg. Or is it kilograms in this case? Should be. So 27, keep that in mind. And it looks like it's getting lighter as we go. So 27,656. 27,631. So yes, it is lighter than carrying ice in this case. Okay, so we're going to produce and finish these O2H2 systems. And of course, we also need piping if we're going to do this. So it's going to be like that for now. Okay, so while all that's producing, we got to get these fixed up. Okay, I'm missing one. Pipe right there. Okay. So it'll be a while for me to even get any of these loaded up and tanks filled. Looks like we need a lot of large steel tubes. Okay. Was not expecting that, and also need the computers, but it is producing. Yeah, it's slowly producing everything we need. However, we also do need to produce more small steel tubes and motors as well, which seems like we don't have. We have some. Actually, we have some, not a lot. Nope, that's it. Small steel tubes we're missing. That's getting a whole bunch of them, and that's only for the tanks. Yeah, not much we could do about it, which is fine for now. I was actually hoping for one to be successful. I guess it would be kind of like right here. To at least have one tank good to go. But it wouldn't make any sense anyways, because none of it could be transferred. Actually, no, it could be transferred here. Okay, we just need one tank to be good to go then, if that's the case. Don't know we have enough mass to do this, but we're gonna keep trying. Yeah, we're missing steel tubes, computers, and stuff like that. Oh, there we go. I think we're slowly producing everything we need. Yep, so that's functional. But now all this is the problem as well. We may or may not have enough parts for that. And let me just get rid of the build planner so I can put the 2 pipes here. Kind of put in there. So small steel tubes we don't have. Motors we don't have. Small steel tubes would be producing. So let's make a little bit more. But we also need motors. So I'm just gonna put that on the very top for now. Let's just do that first. Okay, so 12 small steel tubes, we're good. I think we have the motors. 8 of them. Is that enough? Nope. Oh, but we do have enough. All right, so good. We have one tank that's storing, that could be stored now. But everything connected. And while we wait for all that to work itself out, we probably could use another small steel car container. Small car container. For now, I think you have most of the parts. Nope. So computers and construction components is missing. Let's just put that in there. Make that. Small steel tubes we still need. There you go. Got another small car container, so we can fit a little bit more. Nothing too significant, obviously. Okay, so the drill's looking good. These are minimal parts, so it's not too bad. Not worried about that. We should really. I'm gonna turn on the thrusters so we could easily maneuver here and waste more hydrogen. That we don't need to waste. Okay. All right, so now we just need to connect into the connector, which we could do in many ways now, whether it's just flying into it or still continue to kind of like. Oh no, we are good to connect. All right, that's good. So we'll connect there. We'll stockpile on. But of course, we can't stockpile anything if there's no hydrogen in the tanks. So we need to control the drill to get a little bit more ice. And in terms of our inventory here, our cargo is fairly empty now. Okay, so that's good. So we get our camera ready. Go to the control. The whatchamacallit. Are we? Where are we? We are looking. What are we looking at? Where's the camera? We are looking this way. Why? That's super weird. We need to be over there. Huh. No. Okay. That's weird. Thought that. I thought we kind of extended it back or something like that. But anyways, we'll do the view. It looks like we just gotta spin it a little bit this way if we can. Yep. There we go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We will probably left click drill this right here. So increase, or not increase, but extend the piston that's working this one here. We'll collect some stone at the same time, obviously, but it should be okay. Get as much ice as I can here. Let's back it out just a tiny bit so we can just be careful. We'll grab some of these stone here. We could right click drill it off instead. But it's fine. Let's see. Can we get that amount right there? Are we long enough to reach that point? I would hope so. And I didn't even check to see. Okay, never mind. All right, we're stuck somewhere. I can't right click drill. Interesting. Hold on, let's back it up really quick. I think we might be stuck somewhere. Yeah, it's probably up here where it has no space for me to do that. So let's just chop this up a bit. Oop. Okay, I broke it. Great. Yikes. Yeah, so it was right here. That's the problem. Alright, so at least the drill just came off of it. So that means I could keep the parts to fix this up. The only thing we need is probably steel plates to add back the piston head. Alright, where's our drill? I think we replaced it. Yeah, we did. Drill, drill, drill. Right over here. Can't put the drill here because there's something blocking. What is blocking everything that's in this vicinity? Alright, there we go. Alright, we can, I think, reach down this way if we need to. We could just be on the safe side. Just right click drill off of these. Just to be sure that we don't break anything again. We just right click drill a little bit here. Alright, that should be it. Okay. How much ice do we have? Is our cargoes completely filled? No. Where did all ice go? It all went into the O2H2 generator? Yeah, it did. Is it filling up this tank? No, because I probably stockpiled it. And that's why it's going in there. But we should have some in here too, right? I would hope so. Yeah, it's getting some in there as well. So this is working out pretty well. All right. We broke the camera as well. What? Where's our top mounted camera? So the camera, oh yeah, it was on the drill. That's why. That makes sense why it's broken. Okay, there we go. So that should work out. Get on to the helm. Okay, so camera, add back here as view. Okay, so we have view here. Our turret controller probably doesn't have that same camera setup anymore. Nope. We'll do that. Okay. So let's control this. All right, there we go. So we really want the ice right over there. I think we can reach. Turret controller is not using the drill, so we got to add the tool. There we go. That should work out. There we go. All right, we can extend this. I think we should be able to reach over there, right? I would hope so. We just gather a whole bunch of stone right there. This is super, super shaky. I don't know what to do with the shared inertia. Would it be the rotor or hinge or whatever the case may be? Yeah, this looks like it's gathering the sliver of ice that we could see. But then it looks like there's no more ice from there. This is, yeah, a little bit alarming that there's not too much ice. We just gathered a whole bunch of stone, basically. We'll bring that back up. But we could... Alright, we're facing this way. Alright, so... We probably just need to drop this down a little bit more and try to face this thing more... horizontal. I think we could drop a little bit more, but not by much, it looks like. So... Yeah, if we get horizontal like this, we can gather a whole bunch more. So this gets tricky because we gotta slowly raise this thing down in order for us to do that. So here, let's do this. Let's control this. Let's try to bring this up a little bit more without breaking anything. Oh, I think we're rubbing against there, right? Yeah, I think we are. All right, so then that means we bring this one down. So we can slowly reverse this. So in terms of minimum, we just do it that way. All right, so we'll bring it down to there. Let's just say up to that point. How are we doing? We are not necessarily greatest right this very moment. We'll break that apart. And then we'll once again control it and go up just ever so slightly. Take this one again and slide them in. Although we could just do it from the helm, really. Or even from here, I think, right? Basically, that's our up piston. No, what are we doing? Piston, U. Please slide this down ever so gently without breaking anything. Okay, I think that might be okay for now. We could still go a little bit lower, which is good. So actually, we could just control from here. The piston U right over here. We'll just lower this a little bit more. Yes, a little bit more. Is that going to conflict with anything? Yeah, kind of. Not necessarily, but let's just go in here. Bring this up just a tiny bit without breaking anything. Like that. I think we're good in terms of bringing it all the way down now, right? Potentially. How's our cargo holding up? Oh, we refined everything already? That's not too bad. I mean, probably been doing this a little longer than I really think. Alright, let's just turn that on just to make some more space. And then the piston U could really be piston up. We'll bring that down all the way now. I think we should be fine to do that. Alright, there we go. Are we aligned with these? Not necessarily, but we could now slowly and gently move left and right, I think, in order to get the ice. Hope we don't get caught. There's a chance we might get caught on the rock on the side as we turn like this. But it's looking good. I mean, is there a lot of ice behind here? I mean, we just gotta kind of put the piston forward a little bit more. And then when there's no more, we extract. Yeah, so there's more in there. Well, doesn't look like there's any more left. But it is a bit wobbly. So if we keep going this way, I think we might run into the wall situation. Not really. I think we should be okay. And I think that's the extent of the ice. That's actually not that much at all. So that's not good. What is this? Eh? This is a temporary container. Why is this doing here? And it has the stone. Oh, is that when I grind it down the drill over there? That's actually pretty interesting that it did that. This is a temporary container. Kind of like the not jetpack, but backpack when you respawn, I guess. Inventory full. But yeah, all right. Throw everything in there for now. How's the cargo looking? Filling up a little too much. That's fine. How's our ice? Like, that's all the ice we got? It doesn't seem like it's much at all if we're doing it this way. But then again, did we just like fill up our hydrogen tanks? Yeah, it's filling up pretty quickly, so that's not too bad. But yeah, the only thing that's bad is I don't know how much ice is here. It doesn't look like it's too much, which is not great. And I don't want to keep doing that. Yeah, we could definitely get a little bit more ice for the time being. Control that. Let's go to the left a little bit. So we gotta do this slowly in case we run to the wall. But obviously you saw before when I went slowly, I was still able to break the whole entire drill system right off the piston head. So it makes no difference how slow I go. But if it's not budging, I should stop. But I think if I keep drilling, it should drill out enough space for me to keep moving left in this case. They got a little bit of a sharp piece right over there, but that could go away once I get closer. Yeah, it's only a sliver ice. That's really bad. So, not good at all in terms of hydrogen power or ice power in this case. At least we got somewhat of a flyer in terms of small grid. All right, we are touching the wall, so I can't really move anymore. So we need to do some clearing or whatever. I mean, we got most of the ice out. Looks good. A lot of moon cheese here. So yellow. But yeah, that's a sliver of ice. That is terrible. I do wish there was a little bit more here. And I hope there's a little bit more. Oh, there's more down here, it looks like. That's 10 meters down. Yeah, there's more here. 10 meters down. But how deep is it? Is the question. Alright, that is looking a lot better in terms of ice. This was like a teaser right here. And this is your main course of ice. So the little sliver here that I've been working on, not worth it. It's all here. That's where the ice is. So that's interesting how that worked out. But that is, yeah, that's far down. We do have an extension point, so we could reach that maybe. Maybe. I don't necessarily believe it'll work out really good, but I think we could reach it. Yeah, that's just a sliver left. Nothing to really care for, but all right, the ice is here, right? And okay, well, it's not too much because like I'm starting to see stone already. I think this might be another sliver. Yeah, that might be another sliver of ice. But still, it looks like a much bigger sliver than the one I'm looking at now. But that's over there. So if I fly up this way, yeah, we can get it. It's gonna be right over here, where we can extend the horizontal piston. But I'm not sure how it's all gonna work when we lift this up. And there's a chance we might not actually reach it. Small chance, I think. But yeah, I think the ice is doing pretty fast in terms of turning into hydrogen. That's good. We can continue to get the rest of this tiny bit, but kind of like not really worth it at the same time. Like, I think if I hand drill it, it'll probably be done. Yeah, looks like it's about done with ice. So that's basically clearing all of it. I mean, it's still a decent amount, but it's surrounded by a whole bunch of stone. Nope. I created a bit of a issue there, but now that's gone. All right, I think what I just did here should allow us to gather more fairly easily. And I think the sun's out. Yep, the sun's definitely out, so we're getting more power now. So that's always a good sign. All right, we'll slowly move to the left here, get the rest of the ice that's on the wall if we can. And even if we extend it forward, I mean, how much more ice do we get doing that? Probably not much. Well, it looks like a decent chunk right this moment. But yeah, more stone than ice. It looks like. So, oof, we're scratching it a little bit. I do wish there was a right-click option for this, but there's none right this moment. Okay, I think we filled up too much. Yes, we did. A little too much of stone. How's our drill? Our drill has a ton of stone. Okay, that's not great, but should be okay. So at this point, I would hope we have enough to get these things done. Yep, we got another hydrogen tank here, so we get that filled up. Yeah, we have the mats to do this now, so we should be able to finish this up and call it a day, basically. Okay, we're all set here. So we got our O2H2s, our hydrogen tanks, and that should be filling up pretty decently. This one, it should be 100% full, so we can take this back if we need to. And bring it back to base and offload and leave like 5%, I guess, if anything. But I think we can leave this on. It's collected enough power, I would assume, right? Right. No, it doesn't have much power. So we don't have it really set up to turn everything off again because we took off the button just before for the hydrogen tank spacing. So do we just leave it on, let it lose power? We could, because we could always just connect our rover or slash ship into the base if we need power. Probably not the most ideal thing to do, but that is a possibility. But it's also losing a lot of power because it is converting and refining stone and also the ice for hydrogen, which I'm inclined to let it run for the time being. Yeah, I think we should just let it run. Should be okay. Production wise, not much going on, so if we can make more power cells and make batteries, that would be helpful. I think our whole entire system is a little filled, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, our cargo, no, we're looking good. Move this here. The assembler is filled with gravel, so we gotta move that out. We need a dedicated space for gravel, unfortunately. But yeah, we're making a bunch of power cells, so we should make another battery, blah, blah, blah. So with that done, I think we should be okay. So we have a cargo container here and where? Right here. So if we ever lose power, we can easily grab the power cell. We should be okay. Okay. Good to go. Let's head home, call it a day. If we can. Get the hydrogen loaded into the base. Okay, not good. We'll just have to fly a little bit here. Ooh. Alright, so interesting enough. You know how I said... Hold on. Is that because we're full of stone? What just happened? Yes, because we're full of stone. I was about to say, you know how we had said that it may be lighter with carrying hydrogen than ice? Doesn't seem like it, but that's only because we have tons and tons of stone in here. Because I guess we were carrying, or we drilled out too much and picked up all the stone as well as the ice into the rover that was connected. So we empty all the stone. What is our weight now? We were looking at like 27,000 or so before. We're only looking at 22,456. So yeah, hydrogen would be a lot less to carry versus carrying a bunch of ice, I would assume, in this case. But yeah, let's get this thing rolling now. Back to base, which is over here. Okay, we'll fly above the terrain a little bit. And we'll just fly forward. And then we'll just glide. Ooh. We may or may not be a little bit heavy. Nope, we're not. We're good. I was thinking maybe we're falling just a tiny bit, but we're not really. Kind of, but with this rover slash flyer, at least now we can actually go to beacons if we really, really wanted to. 8K worth or CLCM looks fuzzy because it's hiding behind a white GPS pointer and a blue GPS pointer. If it was red, it probably would have made it look 3D. All right, we're a little heavy, so that took a bit to kind of slow down and stop, but all right, here we go. Moment of truth. And also, with the wheels higher, we won't break the connector as easy as we did previously. Okay, so would this be enough? Yes, it would be. Let's just slide this thing up a little bit first. I want to get straight. There we go. Turn that off. Magnetism's strong enough, so that's nice. All right, let's connect into this, and we have a small hydrogen tank here to stockpile. So that's just stockpile out of my rover's hydrogen tank. So this is the rover one, which is half a liter. Okay, so why is it not grabbing it? That is a curious question. Is it because it's on stockpile as well? Yes, it is. Wow, then that means we were actually okay, so we were traveling with the ice that was in the O2H2 generator and not in the hydrogen tank. So that's actually pretty interesting too. I mean, we could offload all of it like so and no longer stockpile. And if we disconnect from this thing as well, we should still have ice in here, right? Yeah, we have some ice. And that's going to generate enough ice for our flying, I would hope. Yeah, we just need like 2% at most to be flying this thing. We could obviously not fly it and just drive there halfway until we get to the rough side. But I think we are good where we are right this moment. So we're going to park this thing, turn it off, let it sit there for now. Looks like we spent a good time and the sun is almost exactly where we started. But that means for the next one, we'll start with light once again. So that is actually perfect. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to drop a comment down below, even to just say hi. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.